Hello guys, this is the part 3 of our case study of Nissan Juke 2015, where the vehicle goes to limp mode and multiple warning light turns on in the instrument cluster, guys. So in this part, guys, we will emphasize why we need to diagnose properly this vehicle. Because this vehicle, guys, is a high-speed CAN system. There are lots of modules talking to each other to operate the system. So the first issue of this one is vehicle turned to limp mode, battery is charging, but multiple warning turn on the dash, like the power steering. The power steering is hard to rotate, brake pedal is hard to press, so track control is on, check engine is on. So I had shown you that fault on, I think, part 2 guys. So in this part 3, guys, we are going to concentrate on the alternator, guys, because the power supply issue of the module had been fixed, guys, when I replaced the 2 ignition relay. The vehicle never experienced that problem again. My wife still using the vehicle, but the alternator sometimes fail. So that alternator warning light turns on, and the voltage drop to sometimes 11 volts, and the worst part is drop to 9 to 10 volts. Once it drops to 9 volts, guys, the vehicle stop moving, and it's also go to limp mode, and you can see that the battery is permanently on. So the vehicle is not working properly because there is an insufficient supply of the electricity, and most of the module is not working properly. And on the part 1, we have fixed that problem, guys. The one that I had shown you, guys, that all the lights is on, warning light is on, but the battery is the alternator, guys, is charging. So the issue of that one is the ignition relay. I replaced 2 ignition relay located on the left hand side of the dashboard, and also the one located on the IPDM module. So right now, guys, since we fixed the first trouble, we're going to concentrate fixing the alternator issue, guys. Before we condemn the alternator, guys, we need to exactly diagnose what is really wrong on this vehicle, because replacing the alternator of this vehicle requires heaps of time, guys. It's time consuming because it is a big job replacing the alternator of this vehicle. So we need to accurately pinpoint the cause of the problem. Because on this vehicle, on Nissan Juke 2015, in order for a mechanic to replace the alternator, we need to remove the front bumper and multiple parts before you can access the alternator, guys. You also need to remove the intercooler, guys. So if this is not my vehicle, for example, I'm just an ordinary person, guys, and I'm going to bring this to Nissan, this will cost me fortune, guys, because the time of labor replacing the alternator is huge, guys, because there are lots of parts need to be removed on this one before you can remove the alternator. You need to remove the front bumper, the intercooler, lots of bracket on the front, guys. It's unlike on some Toyota, it's very easy to replace the alternator because it's located on the top of the engine. It's very accessible, guys. So on this one, we really need to pinpoint what is the problem, guys. So I'm going to show you, guys, another captured video where the alternator failed, guys. Then we will proceed to the video where we started stripping the vehicle and remove the alternator, guys. Okay guys, in this situation guys, we have captured the actual situation where the alternator is not charging. The voltage drop up to 9.4 volts guys, and the battery warning is on. So you can see there in the accessories is 9.4 guys, it dropped to 9.4 guys, even to 9.1. So because the voltage dropped to 9.1, multiple warning is light on the dashboard guys. Okay guys, our brand new alternator just arrived guys. It took almost a month before we had received the alternator. I think it's because of the Christmas season. I ordered this one before Christmas guys, and now it's already January. It arrived I think January 2. So I ordered this alternator early in December guys. So it's coming from China. So it's come from eBay guys, eBay China. So because this product was shipped from China, so it's not eBay Australia. I go to the site of eBay Australia, but they are not selling this type of alternator. So there are some seller in eBay Australia, but you can see that the unit is coming from China. So it's not manufactured here in Australia. So we will try this one guys. I hope it's 100% the same with the original one mounted on the vehicle guys. So let's go to the vehicle guys and let's compare it. Okay guys, it look like identical guys. So as you can see, the socket or the alternator or wiring came on almost the same, but the problem guys is it's very difficult to remove this one because there are lots of components need to be dismantled. So it means I need to remove this one, then this one. So what else? So this is the intake coming from the intercooler, because this one have a turbo. Then this one, I think all this is also intake pipe. Then it look like that I need to remove this part of the front panel, also the grills, and also I think the headlight. I think I need to remove the headlight guys. So it's a little big job guys. So this job's a little bit hard guys, because so many components need to be removed. Okay guys, I will start to dismantle this one. First thing we need to do is to remove the battery terminal, then remove all these pipes that blocking the way guys. Okay guys, we're going to change plan guys, because I'm trying to remove this one, but the clip, there's another clip like this on the bottom, but it's very difficult to remove. So what I'm going to do guys, since you cannot remove this, I cannot remove this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the whole front bumper, this one guys. So I'm going to remove this one. In order to remove this one, I need to remove this trim, and there is a screw here. Then I'm going to remove all screw holding in the bottom. So those are the screw, that one, and there are multiple clips, but it looks like most of the clips in the bottom are missing. So this thing has been repaired guys. So I've seen that before it has a problem in the front of the vehicle. So everything that holding the bottom a part of the bumper must be removed. There's another two like this, guys, on the left hand side, and there are multiple clips, but on this the clip of this vehicle is already missing, guys, so it means it's been removed before. And once we remove this one, we need to remove the clips of this fog lamp at the back, or either we remove the globe or we remove the socket of the globe. And there is a damage here, so I think this vehicle have an accident before, guys. So there is a washer on this thing, so we need to remove the nozzle of this one, or the hose supplying water to this nozzle, guys, the outlet washer. Then after that, guys, once we remove this one, I can remove the intercooler. There is an intercooler somewhere here. Once we remove the intercooler, we can have access with the alternator, guys. You need to pry this one, so this one will come out from here, guys. Then there's another bolt holding the bumper, so both sides is the same design, so the same procedure to remove this trim, guys, some kind of molding. So once you remove that one, now this one is ready to be pulled out. Okay, guys, I have managed to remove the front bumper, guys. So this front bumper, guys, the most difficult part to remove on this one is this one, guys. This one, there's some kind of a slot in there, and you need to make it free from the hook. You see that those hooks, guys, there's some hooks there, so you need to push the bumper that way, then pull it out. So once you pull that one out, you need to remove this one, guys. This is the camera socket, electrical socket. So there is a wiring there, camera there in the front. So that is the camera, guys. You can see there, that is the camera, guys. So you need to remove that socket, guys. So once you remove this one, guys, you need to remove this fog lamp. So and the easiest way to remove this one is to twist it counterclockwise and pull it, because that's a little bit hard to remove all this socket of Nissan. It's very difficult, guys. Even this one, guys, is very difficult to remove, guys. You need to press with pliers. You cannot just press it with your fingers. Pressing with your fingers will not release the tab, the lock on the socket, guys. Once you remove that one, guys, there is another panel, guys. See that panel? Each side have 3 screws. So that bar is placed here in the front. So you need to remove this 13 millimeter nut. So 3 each side, guys. So once you remove those nuts, you can pull that panel, guys. So the next thing you need to remove is the headlight. There's a bolt here, and there's a nut here, and there's another bolt here. So once you remove that one, you can pull the headlight. Then you can remove all the socket attached on the globe, guys. So do the same things on the other side. Then after that, guys, you need to remove those bolts that holding this headlight, because you need to pull this supporting panel here, guys. Once you remove this supporting panel, guys, you can make this intercooler free. So once this intercooler become free, you remove this one in a position, including this ducting, guys. Then you will have access with the alternator, guys. Okay, guys, once you remove this bar, guys, before you remove this bar, guys, you need to put some kind of temporary stand for the hood, for the bonnet, guys, because the stand is attached on this one. See this one? That's your stand, guys. That is the stand for the bonnet, guys. That's your stand for the bonnet, guys. So before pulling this one out, make sure you have a temporary stand. So there are only 3. 1, 2, 3. Same on the other side. Then you need to remove this one. This one is attached also in the front of that bracket. You need to remove also the sensor socket. There's some kind of sensor on the locking mechanism. Once you remove that one, guys, you can pull this intercooler, guys. So just lift this one up, but there is a bolt attached on that one, but just lift it and you will be able to access the alternator once you remove the intercooler. So the intercooler is held by the 2 grommet here, and the grommet is attached. See that 2 grommets, guys? That's the one holding here. Then there's another 2 grommet there, only single grommet in there, that one. So you can pull the intercooler up. So once you remove that one, you can see everything in the alternator, guys. You can remove all the bolts. Okay, guys, I just slide up the intercooler, and this is the one that holding the intercooler. And actually there are 2 grommet, guys, this one and another one here. So once you push up, slide up the intercooler, slide it up, now you can have access with all the bolts nuts, and all the electrical terminal. So when you do this, guys, just be careful, guys, because especially the headlight, guys, sometimes you're going to scratch it. Mine, I accidentally scratch it, guys, because it hit somewhere there in the bumper. So my left hand headlight, this, guys, the headlight here, I scratch it because it hit see this yes, this thing, guys, that holding the hose for the washer, guys. I accidentally hit the headlight with this and scratch the headlight, guys. So be careful, guys. Much better if you have someone with you to help you to pull out the bumper to avoid some scratches. Hi, guys, there's only 2 bolts holding this alternator. This one that holding the bottom one, and there's another one there inside, guys, on that section, guys, and I already removed it, guys. So this is the one, guys. So that is 8 millimeter bolt, and you need 13 millimeter socket to remove this one. So I use half-inch ratchet to access the bolt there, guys. So very simple. And the belt, you need to undo the tension there on the bottom. So I need, what I did is I go under it, guys, then I remove the plastic cover here on the side, guys. Then I use this 14 millimeter socket, not socket, combination range to remove the tension of the belt tensioner, guys. Okay, guys, this is our aftermarket alternator, guys, from eBay, and that's the one installed in the vehicle, guys. I think still genuine of Nissan. Yep, still genuine Nissan, guys. So it look like they're identical, guys. So all we need to do, guys, is to mount this alternator, guys. Okay, guys, this is what it looked like, guys, the clip of this molding, guys. See, you just need to push this one on the slot, guys, and there is some kind of another clip like that, guys, and it's connected on the, like there's some kind of slot in there that you need to put this one. I need to pull this one out, then put it on this slot, guys. That one I need to remove that one, put it there and push it in. So the locking mechanism of this one, guys, is like that. So if you're going to remove this one, you need to pull this one this way, so it will release. But before you pull it this way, you need to push it up, then pull it to release the clip, guys. Then I already replaced all those clips, guys, because usually when you remove them, they snap. And this one underneath, guys, you need to remove this one, guys. So it also have the same plastic clip, guys. Then see, that's where the clip, those round clips, guys, also here. Then you need to reinstall all those clip at the bottom, guys, at the bottom of the bumper. So I need to push this one out and put the clip somewhere. Yep, I need to align those bracket. The bracket supposed to be on the top of the bumper. So it look like this. So I need to pull it, then push it in, then put some clip, because this one, all those clips, guys, are missing. Then you need to put screw here. There are two screw, one here and one here. That's all that holding this bumper, guys. Hi guys, the vehicle is already completed. I put back everything, guys. My wife is using the vehicle for 2 days. Today is Monday. Last Sunday we used it to go to church. No problem, no issue come up. Today my wife just arrived home. She used it to travel from work to home. So today there is no problem, guys. So everything is fine now, guys. No more fault, guys, popping out on the dashboard, guys. No charging issue, guys. So our issue here is two problem, guys. The relay and the alternator, guys. So in this kind of charging system, guys, you don't just condemn the alternator when there is no charging issue problem, like the battery warning just pop out in the screen on the dashboard. Because this alternator is not like the alternator of conventional car. This vehicle is equipped with variable voltage control, voltage regulator, guys. Is the IPDM that controlling the alternator voltage regulator, and the reason they put that kind of system is for fuel efficiency, guys. So if you can control the magnet of the field wire of the alternator, you can make it weaker. You can save heaps of fuel, guys. That's the only reason why they put this kind of voltage regulator system in this vehicle. And it's not the only vehicle using that this kind of system, guys. So many car manufacturers, especially the European vehicle, using this kind of system, guys. And there are lots of cases that the mechanic replaced the alternator, but the issue is not fixed, because in order for this vehicle to this charging system to work properly, is it has some kind of sensor attached on the battery, guys. It measures how much current draw being used by the electrical system, and when it detects that it got sufficient current voltage in the system, when the vehicle require torque and save some fuel, the IPDM lowering the magnetism caused in the field circuit of the alternator. So it's the voltage regulator controlling the field wire current supply on the field circuit of the alternator, guys. So in that way, the manufacturer knows that their vehicle that they produce can save heaps of fuel, guys. So everything is for fuel efficiency, guys. Most of the European vehicles are equipped with this kind of system for fuel efficiency, guys. When the sensor in the in the battery, guys, is faulty, it will also cause the alternator not to charge properly, guys. Because if that sensor is faulty, it will, because that the sensor is being monitored by the ECM module. Then the ECM module talks to the IPDM, and the IPDM is controlling the alternator. So it just scan line between the ECM and the IPDM, and the ECM is taking data from the sensor on the battery, guys. So in this kind of system, guys, you don't just replace the alternator when it's not working, because especially this Nissan Juke, replacing the alternator is a big job, guys. You need to remove the front bumper and multiple parts in the front of the vehicle so you can replace the alternator, guys. Just imagine if you cut an alternator and replace it, then after replacing it, still the alternator is not charging. What are you going to do? How are you going to explain to the customer, it's not the alternator the problem, but you charge the customer with heaps of huge amount of labor, and including the parts, even the alternator is not faulty. So you need to find out whether the wiring or some kind of sensor is causing the problem before you condemn the alternator, guys. So everything is working fine now, guys. Car is doing well. My wife just used it for 2 days. No issue, guys, no problem. So I hope you like this video, guys. So if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please press that subscribe button. Please press that notification bell so you will be notified every time I do a video, and please press also the like button, guys. Okay, guys, see you in the next video. Goodbye. Kita-kita po tayo in the next video, guys. Kits po tayo sa susunod po, sa ulitin in the next video, guys. See you again, guys.
Baby, pinicture mo ba ito, na? Mga, nag-picture ka ba? Kuya, pinicture mo siya.
Whole table.
Pray na. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, thank you, Lord, for all the... Di ba kayo magda-thank you? Tapos na, thank you. Lord, thank you po sa lahat ng blessings na talit namin for the tomorrow po. Simula ko ito ba? Thank you po sa kalakasan ng mga katawan ng sama-sama, Lord. Ang today, Lunes, Lord. Thank you po sa pagkakanayan ng mga bless us, O Lord, in this time.
Yeah, get the ice in the bowl.
You want to go home too?
Ayaw nga umalis eh. Nakain nga ako sa
Who's gonna leave, Mom? He said, leave the water there, I'm gonna go down. And then Papa will put up and wait for the water.
Kuya, hindi mo dapat yung ng tingin.
These aren't the same cups. Mama said, why do the cups not look the same? Because they're not the same. And they are not the same because different sizes.
Pang red wine yung hawak mo isa. Pang white wine tong isa.
Where did the
Yung isa, yung maliit yung pang red wine, ay pang champagne naman yung maliit.
I
ba ako video na lang yan? Yan na lang. Kasi madumi yung kamay. Sobrang sabi ng kamay ko. Ah, hindi ko kaya. Harap.
Same out with you.
I don't think Bonnie, I texted her, I'm like, I'm not cooking dog, man, with me. He's like, I can give you, sent a photo of her cooking, and I was like, have you got your license yet? And he just said, if you cook Maxi, when we go there, you can get it. Nung ano? Yawa. Nung nag-birthday siya, 26. Ayaw mo na?
I'll have one.
Kaya kulang kayo yung masarap yung Bicol Express. Wala pala akong babaon, walang rice. Magkain pa.
What's it called? Umilo?
Hindi kami pwede mag-order bukas, sobrang busy. Pero may mga pagkain kami lang.
Manilo?
Kanina si Ari hindi nakabalik kasi hindi nalutin pa.